Please be seated.
Phillip Kipchirchir, the Deputy Commissioner of Police, took to the hot seat, but immediately a problem emerged in the preliminary stages.
Mr. Chairman, since January, sir.
January this year?
This year, sir.
Would you kindly clarify?
No, let me clarify that, madam. I'm sorry. January last year.
So maybe just so from January last year.
January last year, sir.
To January 2014, you have not been engaged.
Quite correct, sir.
Okay. So what have you been doing exactly during this time that you've not been engaged?
Mr. Chairman, when I was not on leave, I've been around Nairobi waiting for deployment as such.
What does it make you feel like? Are there any questions that arise within you?
Indeed, Mr. Chairman, you ask yourself why you were deployed to a place whereby you had a price on your head and now you cannot be deployed. So you keep, it torments you naturally.
The matter was too weighty and they then went in camera, and it seems we'll have to wait for the Commission to reveal its findings to see if we will get the answers as to how a senior officer technically was out of work for over a year, continued to draw a salary.
But to take up this matter to the Senior Deputy Commissioner 1, that you have actually exhausted your leave and you are back and you have not been deployed.
Maybe not. But Mr. Chairman, I'm one fellow who believes that the senior officer responsible for your deployment should understand that you're not deployed or not. I didn't want it to look like a complaint, but everybody was aware about my position as having not been deployed. Thank you, sir.
It was then time to tackle once again the issue of drugs and its trade, and the man who led the investigations was hard-pressed to explain.
We have a big problem of porous borders where drug traffickers can use. We also have, and we had a problem with airport security, but for the last 5 years, airport security has really been improved.
It was also a time to interrogate housing and planning of police, and the Director of Planning and Research was at pains to explain why the police service was living in deplorable conditions.
The question, what should have been done to avoid what we saw here?
I do appreciate the clip, and I do agree that most parts of this country where the officers work, those are the things.
Are we taking the advantage of a devolved system of government that the county government can be able to support construction of offices and houses for the police officers?
It became very clear from the officers that they would prefer, one, to be paid house allowances, so that they can be able to stay with the people instead of being given houses for.
The pertinent issue of guns and gun control was also delved into as the Chief Licensing Officer was on the hot seat.
I would want to pick your thoughts on, again, following up on your strong recommendation of arming civilians. What would be your thoughts about arming of security guards?
I recommended strongly that the civilian be armed. I would also recommend that certain characters among the private security guards be considered to have firearms.
Meanwhile, Inspector General David Kimayo issued a stern warning to elements he deemed were trying to scuttle or belittle the process of vetting. Willis Raburu, Citizen Live at 9, Nairobi.